Pilot episode, baby.
First one. First greeting should be float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Hi everybody, I'm Monkey.
And I am the Great Baboon.
There we go. And this is
The Primates POD.
Yeah, baby.
The one and only.
Okay. So, what should we do?
Well, let's just tell people a little bit about ourselves.
Okay. So
nothing too crazy.
First of all, I think you can go first. You're the Great Baboon.
I am the Great Baboon.
So tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, I 30 years old, basically a boomer. I've born and raised in New Mexico. I tragically served for 6 years in the 82nd Airborne and destroyed my fucking body. And now I'm driving hazmat trucks.
Hazmat trucks.
So propane and butane.
Okay, that's cool. So what would you say is the worst part? Is it serving or driving hazmat?
Oh God,
because,
man!
now you're dealing with again something.
Either way, I've dealt with the government for both of it, but I would say the worst part about all of it is driving trucks doesn't help my already failing body. It just adds on to it. That's the shitty part.
So what brought on the injuries or so? Is it?
So when I was in the 82nd, I was jumping out of airplanes. Perfectly good airplanes, no reason to jump out of them, but we was jumping out of them with 200 pounds of equipment. And then we were hitting the ground probably 30 miles an hour.
Jesus, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah, for everybody else that doesn't work on miles per hour or judging something by the size of a Ford pickup truck or something, what would that convert to? You've dealt with
so let me see here. So go ahead and get in your vehicle and then drive that sumbitch 30 miles an hour and hit a straight freaking wall. Hit a wall at 30 miles an hour.
Jeez, bud. You gotta come sliding into that.
Right? But no, they give you this way to land called it's called the parachute landing fall. And you're supposed to do the parachute landing fall, and it's supposed to keep you as safe as possible, but you're still gonna get hurt. The objective of it is to get you into the battlefield as safe as possible with as minor injuries as possible, as long as you're
if it doesn't injure you immediately, it may cause some long-term damage that only shows up later or so. Like now, probably. Yeah.
My knees, my back, my neck, it all feels that shit today.
Jeez, what? Okay, so where are you from? What do you do? No exact locations. You see, I don't have it wiped out on my car at the back, on the outside. That's just the South African sun.
So I'm from New Mexico. I was born up in northern New Mexico, and I've migrated down to southeastern New Mexico. I love it. I love the state. It's my home. I sometimes claim the state more than these states.
So I take it you've seen a couple of aliens or so when you pass through Rachel or Roswell. My bad.
Yeah, Roswell's very gimmicked with aliens, and I'm sure I've actually met a few without actually knowing if I've met a few.
And you know my ass is gonna go there when I get to America eventually. So
freaking another thing, little piece of trivia there for the fans. New Mexico is the only state that the United States has bombed with atomic bombs.
Oof. That explains a lot from what I can see. I mean,
yeah, dude, I'm fucked. It's
Okay, So yeah.
And one last thing, I'm a father of one. Any day now, soon to be a father of two, and I love
And
those
waiting
boys to
on
death.
and
Love
we're
those
waiting
boys.
on
We're waiting on.
and we
His name is going to be Roberto Han Boone, also known as Juan Cholo Baboon.
there we go.
Yeah, baby.
Okay,
Let's
so
hear about the monkey.
well, everybody can obviously hear that I'm not an American. Ek is 'n Suid-Afrikaner. I'm a South African.
Hell yeah! And how do you like it?
By
Besides
all
the,
other by
how do you
all
like
other
it
means.
besides politics and government?
Well, here's what I think about politics and government. I'm African.
Africa has been decimated from years of politics and government,
Yeah.
including not their own government and whatnot, but including all those damn colonizing governments that have tried to take over.
Yes, all of them basically.
Yeah.
I would say there was a little beautiful time between end of apartheid and beginning of the ANC reign. There was a little beautiful time where everybody worked together, but you
Yeah.
know, politics has to happen and people have to be influenced in the incorrect way, and this is where we are. But to begin with, I live in Cape Town in South Africa, in the Western Cape. I'm not from Cape Town, and if I speak Afrikaans from South Africa, obviously you'll actually realize that. From one specific word. Well, a couple, but one exactly. When Afrikaans people say I or ek, and that word gives it away immediately, people from Cape Town say ek. Not ek.
Okay.
People from the other side of what we know as the Boereworsgordyn say ek. Those are the people who moved away from Cape Town. So I'm from a little town called Klerksdorp in also known as the Stad van Mense, the city of people. When it became a city, that was the slogan. I was born in 1985. I'm more of a boomer than you. As you can see, I mean, come on.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with the chrome dome, baby.
Hoist it up. Papa Moist Monkey.
See, I'm all about a little bit more longer, wilder hair. It used to be a hell of a lot longer. It used to be down to my lower back, but we gonna get it.
Yeah, buddy, you're starting to go back there, buddy.
Oh, you see it? You see it going out?
So, the town I'm from is in a province called Northwest, or as people used to remember it as, the old Transvaal. That's where I'll be from. And I moved into Cape Town in 1999. Dad moved here, and then me and my mom moved. And from there on, I graduated school at 2003. And yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm an IT professional, IT technician. So I'll also be doing IT.
What
figuring stuff out.
What all do you do with IT right now?
I'm a qualified IT technician, so I basically build it, fix it, do the software, do the hardware. I'm qualified in A+, N+, Server+, networking, and yeah. But I'm not only into computing. I will do basically any work. I just need to learn how to do it.
There you go. If y'all ever need help with IT, call your boy Monkey.
If you ever need to transport something really, really dangerous, call the Great Baboon.
Oh, that's me. If you need me to illegally unload into your 100-gallon propane tank with my 10,000 gallon propane truck. Let's get it.
Yeehaw, fuck the law.
God, that's how you blow some shit up.
No,
God,
man.
damn.
That's some fun times. I mean, blowing
Right?
shit up. Who wouldn't want to? I mean, a couple of a couple of old wrecked cars or something here and there.
Right?
Okay, no, that wasn't actually a threat. It
No,
was
we're just a bunch of primates who are literally stupid, but we love each other.
I love you, Pepper.
That's
Yes, that
my
is actually
monkey.
always me making that voice.
Monkey
For
is
those in the
very
picture,
good with his Monkey is very good with his different sounding voices, and he could just make it all work.
well, on YouTube, I have a video called, I think it's called Dogmatic Sounds. And in it, in one of my previous jobs, yes, I'm 36 and I've had 35 jobs.
Attaboy.
Welcome to my life. Excuse me. One of my previous jobs, I worked for Cape Town International Airport, and in that video, I am sitting in my office, and yes, there was a little bit of a bad time, so you'll see I don't really look like this. And my colleagues heard me barking, and they wanted me to do it on video, and that's where the video came from. But I can do 5 different breeds, and I'm working on more. Not really working, sitting, literally teaching myself how to do it all the time. I know how to do it, but every now and then when I let loose, I just change it to see where I am. But as a little demonstration, I can do a couple.
Oh,
like,
let's
or that's just 2.
Not only is Monkey fluent in dog, Monkey is also fluent in how many different languages?
Okay, not fluent. I can speak a couple, 9 different languages. I know a couple of phrases in, but
Okay.
my 2 fluent ones are obviously Afrikaans and English. A little bit of French, isiSotho and isiSwana. I can speak a bit, and there's one very rare language that I can say hello in.
What
Pigeon
language?
from Nigeria. So it's how far are you there, and that's hi, how are you, or how is your day. It's just a derivative of a, what would you say, a, sorry, I don't English very well all the time.
Probably like dialect, I'm gonna assume.
Yeah, a dialect of English that's in Nigeria.
Okay.
I mean, we have a lot of Nigerians here, so I learned from them.
Hell yeah. Monkey is a man that loves to learn.
I always do. It's fun.
And I love to learn, but I'm like, I just recently started to love to learn more. And I'm thinking when I finally opened myself up and left, like,
I know where this is going.
when I finally opened myself up and left from left from the Republican Party about 3 years ago.
I knew it.
That's when I started learning more. And I actually put time into learning more, and I actually became more intelligent. Not a lot intelligent. The baboon is still clearly a retard, but he's learning.
Yeah, I was about to say we all know you retarded, so
yeah. Y'all seen the baboon.
So where did the baboon come from?
So
baboon? Tell them that story.
Fuck. So the baboon. So here's my main man, Monkey, right? He goes by Monkey. That's his nickname. And he's one of the greatest fellas I've ever met in my life. And we always say we are Monkey. And then we started to say we are primates. And then after a while growing through our friendship, Monke was like, we got to get you your monkey name. Your last name's already Boone, and you're an angry son of a bitch. So let's just name you the Great Baboon.
Yeah. Well, you
And
added
then
the great, but
I
we
added the
all
Great.
have
But yeah, I'm the Great Baboon, and I would not be the Great Baboon today if it wasn't for the friendship me and you have built over the last few months.
And I would say it's a great friendship. I mean, not just is it we can talk and we can have fun, we can be serious in that. And wherever it comes up, there's always the Great Baboon to hashtag.
Yeah.
So if you see it out there, that's for you guys.
That's for the people.
But I would have to say, you mentioned earlier there's fans, but it's our first pilot. So may I maybe name one fan, which
Name
I'm
a
pretty
fan.
sure you're gonna know who I want to say. Old Sean Prober.
Sean Prover. Sean Prover is a fan of
Hello,
me.
buddy.
Sean Prover likes the Great Baboon
and then
again.
when I said I know where this is going earlier on, when you said Republicans, is because you started learning, right?
Yeah.
You started learning how to learn, and that's because you're not conservative anymore.
Right.
And that people that believe that only beautiful people belong in a
You cut out right there real
Are we
quick.
gonna hit him with that one? I mean, come on. I'll show him.
Sean, I like
So-
Sean though. He's decent people when he's not letting profile pictures of monkeys get under his skin.
Or names that aren't their own. I mean, if it is in the recording, you will see Zark Muckerberg on the side. I'm using my real name down at the bottom if that's in the recording, but right about here next to my screen is Zark Muckerberg. Yes, that's me. That's Monke.
Monkey is Zark.
So yes, Sean, I meant it. That was an admirable thing that you said to Baboon, but also we are primates.
Oh, we are primates. Speaking of that, Sean, hi. You finally get to meet me. I am Saltine Cracker Baboon in the flesh. I am real.
And you're not hiding your face.
I'm not hiding my face. We are real people who just have troll names on Facebook.
Yes, because we love to troll.
Absolutely.
Troll.
Trolls bring the world together.
I mean, and if he's actually someday watching this, to the guy who took over the cowboy, old Andrew Kennedy or Drew Kennedy. If you are ever watching this, can you remember the number 187? That should have some significance to him. I mean, I'm meaning you, buddy. That was a lot of fun. But you have no life. You have no life, bro.
just getting mad on Facebook.
Stop stealing people's Facebooks, bro. That's not cool.
Freaking.
So, what do you?
What's that?
No. You go ahead.
So I was just gonna say, that is very unfortunate that our favorite hippie cowboy continues to get his Facebook's banned or his Facebook stolen from him. Man's probably gone through 5 Facebooks in the last year.
Yeah, I know Drew Kennedy, Andy Kennedy. There was, I think, another Andrew Kennedy in there. There was a couple of more. I offered to give him one. I don't think he ever used it. I'm sitting on 9. No, I don't hand them all out. But if you have a problem, just call me. I've got an extra one for you. That might be our first giveaway, you know.
Ooh, a free Facebook account? Yeah.
Nah, that ain't happening.
Oh,
This is just a
God.
pilot. Relax.
We'll get there. We'll get
Yeah. So the thing about that conservative thing is, yeah, people don't take the time to learn, and that's what we're here for. We're going to teach you how to think better, how to learn better, how to have some fun with it. And
there.
I'm a person that loves culture and I love food, and it's always and language, and it's always goes through the mouth. So you know, how else is it going to get spread?
Yeah.
I mean, to the people who sign language, you use your hands, and maybe one day we can have somebody like that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I also that's something that's really on my radar to learn, is to actually learn some sign language.
yeah, something completely different.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because you never know if you're ever going to be in a situation where someone needs someone who knows sign language to talk to.
yeah, exactly. Who do they have to I mean, unless it's a family member, who do they have to translate for them if ever needed be?
Yeah. So it's just one of those good things that I think it'd be beneficial if like everyone tried to learn on their own time. Really, the sign language.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, there's only some signs that I know, and those are only the bad ones. and to all the people, yes, my windows are tinted. It's shining. It's not shining through very well, but if you do ever see me in traffic and I give you some of the signs, yes, they do mean what they do, and it's because you drive like an asshole. Just say it like that. And to people who try like Boone, I mean, come on, guys, stop getting into that little gap at your
oh my
F-150
Lord.
or something to fit into. That's not meant for you. That's meant to
Oh,
not
dude,
like a little Coca-Cola can, buddy.
I can't stand that. I being someone who hauls 80,000 pounds strapped to their ass, it's very
And that
stressful.
hazardous stuff at
Yeah,
that
and
too.
it's hazardous.
I mean, come
It's
on, bro.
very stressful when I have my following distance set, and then these civilian drivers have to freaking speed up and get right in front of me, because these people don't understand, if something happens, if the car in front of them has to hit the brakes, I had my safe distance ready and they pulled in front of me, so they're probably going to get smushed if my brakes don't work properly.
Yeah, because that kind of weight compared to your little SUV. I mean, we're not even going to go into the Honda hatchbacks or anything like that, because there's a reason they're going to call you the Scoop.
Yeah.
That shit's not going to look good. It's not going to end well for you.
No.
Yeah, always try and keep that little spot open, guys. I know I
Please
do.
and thank you.
Yes. You're very welcome.
Thank you, Mike.
I just love it when you say it. Say my name again, bitch.
Monkey.
Yeah, so something I wanted to know is, what do you do to relax? What's your time off?
Well,
What's fun for you?
if I've taken a little bit, usually the biggest things I like to do in my time off is spend time with family, my wife, my children, or I would go and enjoy a nice marijuana pipe. And I've taken a little bit of time off of the marijuana pipe for now, so it's
Yeah.
definitely more family time. I also quite enjoy reading sometimes, puzzles. Obviously, I grew up a little bit of a video game nerd, so there are some video games I still play, not often, as much as I used to, but
I fell off
things
that
like that,
bandwagon a couple of years ago.
right?
I mean, I'm a technician, but I still got a shitty PC.
Yeah, freaking. I enjoy going out and looking at nature, and New
Yeah,
Mexico is very, very big with that. Like they've got a tons of. Let's just say it like this: half of New Mexico or more is federally owned for either, if it's not the national parks within New Mexico, they all own the oil fields as well. So there's plenty of
that just sucks.
it does suck.
I mean,
There's plenty
I
of
mean,
public land for you at least to be able to go out and enjoy for the most part.
and look at the price of gas. I mean, it's not just you guys; it's us as well. But I never thought I would see the day where America has that little issue. I mean,
It's
where it
strange.
really, really hits you guys, where everybody's like complaining.
It's strange. And it's obviously you got to put an account of the current European conflict, because obviously a lot of people get their gas from Russia, and a lot of people also get their gas from the Middle East, and both those regions have been in just constant war. Just at least as long as me and you have been alive,
Yeah,
plus
before that.
decades prior to that. And America is dealing with that, and policy where the government regulates the market sure don't fucking help either.
Yeah,
So
because if you regulate it, there's no way for competition to exist.
exactly.
Because
America
I mean,
America
is supposed
America claims to be a free market society,
Yeah.
for free people and whatnot. But if you look
South
at
Africa claims to be one too.
and then all you got to
And
do is
we've
go
been
look at the
communist.
policy and the legislation.
We've been communist for 28 years now.
Yeah.
And look at where we are now. At one point, did you know that the rand was had more value than the dollar?
Really?
Yeah. At one point, the rand had more value than the dollar. Granted, that was in the days where it was apartheid, but still, there was that time, and it's gone. It went down to a point where it could go steady, and then came the communist control. And if I have to get the Animaniacs to at some point make another continental song, or a song naming countries or something, to name all the countries that's fallen because of fucking communism, yeah, that's gonna be a
pretty
fun
big song. Freaking the dollar has done nothing but drop in value since the tragic year of 1971. And that is when Republican Richard Nixon decided to take the dollar off the gold standard, and it is also called the Nixon shock. Since that day, it has done nothing but lose value, and we have done nothing but print more and more money. And actually,
what print more money?
So what happens when you print money is obviously the dollar loses its value because there's more out there, but it also rises inflation up because you're printing more money than is going to be used, and you still got to pay all that money back. And the only way they're paying that money back is by taking it from the people more.
And
little trivia too. 80% of the currency in America was printed since 2020.
Since 2020.
Yes.
And what happened in 2020?
That was when Donald Trump was printing money for his wall, And then after Donald Trump was lost the election, we'll go ahead and say that for some of the people that would about me saying he lost the election. Joe Biden decided, hey,
love it.
Joe Biden decided, hey, Trump printed money. Let's go ahead and print some more. And then
that's never a good thing, because what does it actually do? It makes the gold, which is supposed to represent it, fall in value.
mm-hmm.
I mean, because
See,
it's not really
there's not even gold that represents it anymore. It's more like, and I'm still not as knowledgeable in fiat currency as I should be, but that's kind of what it all is now. It's just fiat currency. It's just it's the currency that the government created to they put more in their control, and value is just killed on it. It's like, look at the ruble at the second. The ruble is just fucking dead. You know, Russia is fucking dying because their money is it's not worth anything.
Well, I've just looked it up, and we're sitting at 14 rand and 58 cents to the dollar.
Okay, and go look at the ruble to the dollar.
Hold on. Ruble. Who's that again?
Russia.
How can I forget that? That is. Okay, that's 102 rubles per. Okay. Yeah, they were communists long before South Africa, and
yeah, they were.
Yeah. But what I see a lot of when we go back to that topic is, I see a lot of what started happening by us in 27 years ago. I see that starting, or not even starting. It has started already by you guys, but I mean, it's now getting into its toddler stages. From where we were 28 years ago, you guys would be about 3-4 years into the actual explosion of this. No, more 5-6 years into the actual explosion of this.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to see going off in South Africa is, I mean, crimes through the roof, countries in a junk status, everything is going wrong, and this is communism.
Yeah, and what's crazy is when crime goes through the roof, everyone always uses the excuse, we need more government to combat the crime. But that's absolutely ass backwards. You need less government because regulation creates crime.
Exactly. For the Americans that are saying that, and not even the ones that want communism, not the let's just rather say, let's talk to the ones who don't know that they're asking for communism. You better watch out. It gets bad. I mean,
literally,
we're not where some other countries are yet, but I can tell you it's going to get worse. You guys can still turn it around. Ours is sitting at a stage where the only thing that can turn it around is if the citizens start standing up to the government. And like, to get that to happen, you have to get all the brainwashed people, all of them, to start working together with the people who can actually critical think. If you can't do critical thinking, you can't get to a logical explanation of what is happening in front of you. And I mean, you can't see the opposite. And this is what the governments prey on. Let's just not name it exactly, but the C virus. Let's play a little bit of Resident Evil here. The C virus. It didn't help much. It actually just kicked everything into turbo boost, and the more you ask for government, the more it's going to hit you. Now government is saying we're going to get out of hard lockdown and the COVID restrictions are going to fall. But in its place, they're going to implement health regulations. And when you go through them, they're basically just COVID restrictions.
But just for permanent health regulations that
and
is
you
going to be.
Fucking asked, you asked for it.
It's hilarious because
we retarded, but you're not retarded. That's reserved for us.
Freaking when get back to the communist point where people say oh, this ain't communist, the oppression isn't there yet, you know. You don't look at the definition of communism, look at the oppression instead. That's why Russia's communist and America's not communist and whatnot. Well, communism is state control, which in layman's terms, especially in America, that means public control. And more and more throughout, since the Democrats and Republicans became the two primary parties of the United States of America, right before the Civil War, I believe, more and more public control, state control has gone to the United States government. And it's at the all-time high today, and people still think we're as free as we've ever been. But look at the last few years for history. The Republicans like to sit there and say that the Democrats are the full commies, and in my opinion, Democrats are far more communism than Republicans. But Republicans are closet commies. Okay, when COVID first hit the states, when Trump was in charge, Republican governors were the first people, besides like the North, or besides like the Pacific Coast and the Northeast, it was Republican governors that were locking down their states first. And then when the Democrats came in charge and they started implementing even more lockdowns because the Republicans did it first, it got even worse.
It's like a competition, but the players are using the pawns as the people, and I mean, or the people as the pawns.
Yeah, and what's hilarious is it's so easy to tell if you don't just sit there and sheep to your side's narrative. You could easily tell that when Democrats are in charge, Republicans are like, "Oh, freedom, freedom." When Republicans are in charge, they're just like the Democrats, wanting to instill control, and then the Democrats start yelling freedom. It's the same shit, different administration every time.
Can I ask you, if you want to protest, do you guys need a permit to protest?
A lot of places make you get a permit to protest. Even though the First Amendment clearly states we have the right to protest.
Okay, so
you have the right of speech. We have the right of press. We have the right of protest.
I thought that was only here, but I mean, if the government's always preached that you should protest something that hurts you, but they regulate that you can protest, like, can I ask permission to protest? Okay.
There he is.
There we go. Back again.
See, our damn, we get so engaged in conversation, it just shuts us off. They say, get the hell out of here.
Zoom, why do you do that? I mean,
at least give us a warning, babe. Come on now, shit.
Nobody told me this. I didn't see it. I didn't read it anywhere. I was like, what the fuck is going on here, bro? Mid conversation. Anyway, I can't even remember what I was saying and so on, but yeah.
Yeah. Pilot episode. It works.
Yeah. So
we use the pilot to learn, and now we know.
Yes. And as a tech, I apologize, but yeah, I'm still learning myself as well.
It'll get there.
It'll get there, yeah. So what would you like to say to the people?
Be free. If you find this pod at all, the Primates Pod, feel free to ask us any questions you have. Also, the Great Baboon rarely gets offended, and I would really like to see if some of y'all can offend me. So by all means,
So
in your comments or your questions.
Are we going to start a little thing where eventually somebody can try and offend you and we see how far that gets and if you can actually have a comeback for them?
Yes, let's do that.
Maybe we can bring it up on screen and see.
Absolutely.
And
I'm ready for that.
Sean's going to try and get to number one, but nah, he'll never get there.
No, I don't think Sean's got it.
Is that a challenge for him?
That is a challenge. That's a challenge for anybody. If you can offend me, then you will earn my respect.
There we go. Okay, so signing off from South Africa. This is Monke.
Signing off from New Mexico. This is the Great Baboon.
And we are Primates.
We are Primates, and this has been the Primate Pod. Thank y'all for listening.
Have fun. Hope you guys had some laughs, and cheerio. There we go.
All right. See you next time, brother.
See you, bud.